What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. Before we get started thrifting today, I've actually got a few things from the previous day I wanted to show you because there's some great items. Wasn't really doing a lot of thrifting, just popped in a couple thrift stores and this stuff was there. First, we got these Lucchese, I believe is how you pronounce it, boots, and I paid $10 for these at Salvation Army. Some of these boots can go for hundreds of dollars. I don't know what kind of material this is. They seem like definitely a lower end model. I looked up the model number, of course. I couldn't find any comps for this particular one. Even some of the lower end models are selling for $40 to $70. So at that price, I think I can make some profit on them at least. I'll have to do a little bit more research when I get home and see exactly, what they might be worth. Then I picked up this Oral-B Triumph toothbrush. It has been opened. Paid $10 for it, but it is still new inside. The brush head is sealed. The actual toothbrush itself is sealed. Paperwork's in there. And it looked like it was selling for maybe about $70, $75 open box like this. $100 new sealed. So I went ahead and grabbed that. That'll be some great profit. For $3 in Salvation Army, I picked up this Seen It second edition game, and unfortunately it has a little bit of box creasing here, or I'd sell it new on Amazon for about $50. So I'm gonna get less on it. Still, the second edition one I've sold before, it does fairly well. For $2.99 I just grabbed it. It's not going to be great profit or anything. And then this is an incredible pickup, a Vitamix Super 5000. It would be an even better pickup if it was a Super 5200, which sells for $250, $300 pre-owned. This one I'll still be able to sell for about $130 plus shipping. If it works properly, it's in pretty good condition, a little dusty. It was $9.99 at Goodwill. Always look for that Vitamix name. They're very high-end mixers. I have made my way inside of the Goodwill and I am searching for some new items to sell. And we got some headphones, not interested in those. Not good brand. Sony, that's a good brand. However, that's an old iPhone dock on there. Not really worth much anymore. A couple years ago, even up to a year ago, I was selling some of those on Amazon for about $45, $50, sometimes up to $60 with the remote. It's been a while since I've picked up any and sold on there. Here is a Connect for a 360. I almost picked that up. There's a little bit of money to be made, but I don't like testing those. If I sell them on Amazon, I gotta test them, make sure they fully work. I don't want any bad feedback. But yeah, that one he's only going to make about $10 anyway, so I just left it. Here's a Fujifilm Camera for $3.99. Looks to be in pretty good shape. It's a pretty decent one, so I ended up grabbing that. Got this Puss in Boots from Shrek 2 plush. Talking, I squeeze its stomach, it talks. Of course, you can't hear it because I have to mute the video because they're playing copyrighted music in Goodwill. And we got some toys here. I got those Fisher-Price Knights. I've already sold those. I've sold the Pokemon Monopoly. Sold the Pokemon for $75. I sold the Knights for $60. And I got this Playmobil house. It says it's complete, $5.99. Some of these are worth big money. This one, not so much. And guess what? It wasn't complete. So that was wrong. I'm going to end up parting it out. Still make some money on it. However, we are now moving on. I'm in a Salvation Army. And I grabbed something out of the case I saw when I first came in. A Nintendo game, Tecmo Super Bowl. Pretty good game. It's about a $30 game. And there's a few other games in there. Unfortunately, just common games, not worth a whole lot, at $10 a piece. Yeah, it hurt to leave them, but I've got these common games in my collection already. And, there's no point in spending $10 on them when you can buy them for like $5 or $6 at most game stores. So I just got out of Salvation Army. I was already in a Goodwill. Let me show you what I picked up in these two places. Pretty nice. Got this Koi watercolors. I just looked it up because some of this art stuff from Japan can be worth money. It looks like pre-owned. You can still sell these $15, $20. They look like they've never been used inside, so I went ahead and grabbed those. I grabbed this vintage Playmobil dollhouse. Some of the Victorian dollhouses I was seeing online, they were selling for thousands of dollars. Kind of crazy. Unfortunately, this one looks like it's about $30, $40 complete. There's a paper that says it's complete. We'll see. Even if it's not, I can sell some of the pieces. It might be better to part this out. I could probably make more money. I also picked up this bag of vintage 1994 Fisher-Price night sets. They look like they're in very good condition. I don't know exactly how much I'll get on these. I'll have to do a little bit of research. I'm thinking $30 or $40 sale on these. It should be I know like a lot of 5 sold for $25. The Canon, if it was in there, sold for about $35. However, I don't see the Canon. If it actually had the castle and the complete set, like the Playmobil, probably came from the same house, it could be worth a couple $100. Either way, I think there's going to be some good money in these. Also picked up a couple board games. Battle of the Sexes, brand new, sealed for $4.99. The listing on Amazon's very bad. It says package of 4, so I guess somebody changed the listing on there. I did find one where it looked like these were selling for about $60. I have sold these before for quite a bit of money around Christmas, so I do think I'll be able to sell it for at least $50 on Amazon. And I got this vintage Pokemon game, I believe from 95, 96. If this is complete, it'll sell for about $75 on Amazon. If it's not complete, for $4.99, I should be able to make some money on the pieces if there's enough good pieces. Grab this Fujifilm Camera, Fujifilm Zoom Date 70 for $3.99. It's about a $25, $30 camera. Now, if this was the Zoom Date 110, I think it is, some of those can be over $200, close to $300. $3.99, it's got the paperwork, it looks clean, so I should be able to make some money on that. Just notice how dirty my seat is. I always use this passenger seat for holding my goods. I'm gonna have to clean my car. I grabbed this Puss in Boots. It's brand new. It's got a little bit of box damage. Still works, still talks. Comps are between low to mid. I don't know exactly what it'll sell for. One sold for $46, I think I saw. I'll probably just price this $20 plus shipping. So I picked up these New Balance shoes, and Salvation Army is kind of weird. I was recently at a Goodwill, and I was gonna buy a brand new pair for $24.99. And they keep the shoe in the back, the second shoe, so no one can steal them. And when she brought it out, it was missing the insole, and these are kind of special insoles. They're built very well, so I just decided to pass on them. Exact same pair in Salvation Army, pre-owned, in pretty good condition. $4.99 is all they were, so I'll be able to sell them for, I think, around $40 pre-owned. I'm actually going to make more on the pre-owned pair of shoes just because they're cheaper than I would have selling them new. And then what a surprise, some Nintendo games in Salvation Army. $9.99 though, and they were all common. Super Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl, I think's $20 plus, $25, $30 game loose, especially this clean. It could have went down in value since I don't remember exactly. There's also an Atari there. The lady asked me if I'd be interested in it. It was pretty beat up. They wanted $60 for it. I just decided to pass on it. Didn't have any games, but since I collect video games, anytime I can pick up a nice clean NES game like this for $10. The other games, I don't know if you've seen them in the case. There's like Super Off-Road, Tecmo Bowl, which isn't worth as much as Super Bowl. Basically just $5 games, but yeah, I'll take this. Moving right along, we're sourcing another Goodwill and looking at the shoes, hoping to find some rare shoes. Well, these, I think they're just cheap shoes, not really interested. This Goodwill, I found some really good shoe deals. They rarely price them over $5 at this Goodwill, which is great. If something good pops up, you usually get it cheap. But they don't have a lot of shoes. That's kind of the catch, I guess. So I don't see anything in the women's. I'm sure I'm passing some good women's shoes. I don't know a lot of the brands to look for, the styles. Just glancing down there, I'm looking for like San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. Shoes like this, the athletic stuff, usually the type of things I buy in the women's section. One day I'm just going to start going through every single pair of women's shoes at thrift stores and looking them up. And trying to, learn more about the styles and brands that women like to buy. Got some New Balance stuff here, but nothing great in the end. Bin of toys. What can we find in here today? Not seeing much. Dig through that here in a minute, I think. I thought I dug through it anyway. So we got some of these barns, maybe Little People barns. The old vintage ones are good to pick up with the figures. Some of these newer ones are just too big to ship to really make any good profit. So passed on that. Checking the games, looking for the sealed stuff. Here's a Jenga Fortnite. I didn't look it up. I'm assuming, Fortnite's still pretty new. Probably not worth it. You never know though. I should have looked it up. Someone's probably going to be like, that's worth $50, $60, Wick. What's wrong with you? Here I am digging through the toys, trying to find maybe some Polly Pockets like I found recently in here, but I don't see anything that is really worth picking up. So I just pass, move on. Here's some cars. Again, don't see anything that I want to pick up. A camera. What brand was that? It looked like Pentax, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't. I think it was just a cheap camera if I remember right. There is, what's in here? Anything? No. Digging in the basket. Half expecting to find a Olympus Stylus Epic. I just keep finding them. I actually picked up one today while I was out at the thrift stores. Of course, I'm just doing a voiceover now for this one. And yeah, I just keep finding those. Keep an eye out for those Olympus Stylus Epics. Got some candles, some lamps, some glasses, all kinds of little knickknacks that aren't going to really make me money, I don't think. So I move on to the thrift store. Looking at the toys, the games. Lots of used puzzles. I don't like to buy used puzzles. So yeah, I should have moved all those though. Maybe there's a good game behind all of them. Got a lot of Mr. Potato Head stuff for 50 cents. Honestly, you can make a little bit of money on that. I think I wasn't really wanting to. I've picked up some of the rare Potato Head stuff, like the Star Wars stuff before at rummage sales. This I just really didn't want to mess with. Not a whole lot of money in some of it. 50 cents though, maybe I should have. I just do a big lot. There's another Potato Head thing over there. Yeah, that's probably a missed opportunity now that I think about it, but like I said, I just got so much stuff to list. If I'm not making at least some good profit, it's probably not worth my time. Potato Head stuff is going to take a bit more time to list. Some of it's probably dirty, has to be wiped down. A lot of people, when it comes to reselling, they don't think about stuff like that, how much time it takes to handle stuff, set it up for the photos, clean it. There's always something, there's always a spot you have to wipe off of everything, it seems like. And that's where a lot of your time goes, actually listing the stuff. Yeah, it's quick. You can do that in just a couple minutes. So if you have clean stuff that's easy to list, that's where you can really start making your money. However, if I can make $100 on those potato heads, you know, I would scrub them all day. So it's worth it then. We got a Red Bull. I seem to find a lot of Red Bulls at thrift stores. Used cans. People should just throw away their trash. So these bins, I can't remember exactly if I found anything or not. I've dug through these bins probably 20 times in the last few weeks. And sometimes I find stuff, sometimes I don't. Got this projector, Bell & Howell. They got it priced up here. I never seen anything at this thrift store priced that high. Not worth it. It's not new. I looked it up. Yeah, just pass on that. So not going to buy it. So the only thing I picked up inside of that thrift store was this 50-cent Tiger Brain Warp game. These are pretty desirable. You can get about $40, $50 for them on eBay. Even not working, I'll make money on it because they sell for, seemed like I saw one sell not working for 17 bucks. You know, at 50 cents, you can still make some profit. At Goodwill number 3, we are looking for the goods. Got the probably familiar shelf now to a lot of people who watch the videos regularly. Appreciate the support. Trying to find something new on these shelves today. Maybe there's something. Still got this thing sitting here. It's been sitting there for weeks. No one's going to buy it, I don't think. It's not a bad buy if it was actually in better shape. It could make some money. Got a Starbucks like glitter mug there, which I do take a peek at. Couldn't justify buying it on comps or anything. I don't know a lot about Starbucks stuff. I know some of the mugs, some of the Christmas stuff can be worth $50, $60. Some of the collectible stuff. There was a scanner. Didn't want to mess with that. It wasn't a good brand. It was a no-name brand. Some USB scanners are great to sell on Amazon. You get like $100 for just very basic ones. However, not that one. Got some lamps up there. Not anything great. I did pick up a lamp today, oddly enough, though. Later on, you'll see. Looking at the toys now, we got Monopoly Mario Kart. We have, what else we got? Mine Trap. That Mine Trap's still sitting there. It's missing a lot of pieces. There's some sort of play set there. I don't know if that's Imaginext. Of course, I want to find the figures. Not really the play sets. Some of them I wouldn't mind picking up. We got Crab. They got this seal game though for $10. Utter nonsense. It's the game and that price is utter nonsense. It's selling for about $12 new on Amazon. So I guess you save a couple dollars buying it from Goodwill. So yeah, I don't want that. Probably wouldn't even buy that if it was $2. Bag of Looks like a plush of some sort. We are now at another Goodwill, and a rack comes out, and of course, you know, I start recording and while I flip through it, which I do a lot, and there's a Metallica shirt. It looks vintage. Look at the tag, and I'm like, hey, this is good. I grab it. Of course, I've been looking for Metallica shirts, vintage, for a long time. It's on my bucket list. Got a couple nice Harley Davidson T-shirts. If I was a clothing reseller more, I might have bought those. However, to me, they're kind of basic. I think they were from like 2006. They're not vintage. But I keep flipping, and there's another Metallica shirt. I'm like, oh boy, this is a good rack. So many times I record these new racks when they come out, and there's never anything good, so I just leave the footage out, right? So I'm finding this stuff. I'm getting happy. I see this Champion, and I'm like, oh, is this reverse weave? Unfortunately, no. It's a newer one, but I keep flipping. Hopefully find some more Metallica shirts. I got some Arizona, stuff like that. Some weird polo type shirt. What's this? Just some Delta tag. Just kind of a funny shirt, I suppose. Got a typical flannels. What else we have? And see, I left all this footage in because I keep flipping, and there's another Metallica shirt. This one's the best one, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so great. I wish it was like Ride the Lightning or one of those, you know, like $1,000 shirts. I can't complain too much. There's a Joker shirt, probably from, what year did that Batman movie come out? I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it's not vintage yet, just a more basic shirt. But down here, I've also found some shavers, and I've already sold one of those for 60 bucks. I also find a lamp, one of these kind of vintage hurricane parlor lamps. So this turns out to be a very good thrifting day. I believe I've showed you everything I picked up except for these items. So let me go over them real quick. Of course, right here we have the Metallica T-shirts. Now, Metallica T-shirts are on my bucket list of things to find, but it's more of the early ones, the 80s and 90s, certain ones. However, these are amazing pickups, and some of them are, you know, worth quite a bit of money. This one's Saint Anger, I think about 2002, probably their worst album, arguably. But this seems to be a rare design, and I saw one, I think it sold for like $80 or $90. This one's a bit newer as well. I believe it was like 2004, 2005. It's the cleanest one. It looked like some of these were selling for about $30. And then this one seems to be the most valuable. Some were selling for about $150-ish, even $180. It seems like I saw some comps. Unfortunately, you see the tear there. So that's going to bring down the value quite a bit. People will still buy them with tears just because they're so rare. But that's unfortunate. The best one does have the tear. I can tell you my adrenaline was pumping while I was looking through that rack and seeing the Metallica stuff. So I was very happy to be finding it. I'll throw an estimate on the screen how much I expect to make on these. I also picked up these bronze shavers. What's interesting about these was this particular model was, I couldn't find any comps for the shaver. Some of the blades for this thing look like they were selling for around $30. Also, there's a Pocket Twist 370 or 360, I believe it was. Probably a bit newer model. Some of those were for sale for about $60, it looked like they were selling for. With things like this, where there's no real competition because they're just not out there, I'll price these $60, and I think eventually I'll get a sale. I get a sale because people buy these, they use them for years, theirs tears up and they want the same thing. So they go on, they look for the same model number. I'm the only one that has it for 60 bucks and they pay that much. Then I went ahead and picked up this vintage, I believe 70s. I think they're called hurricane lamps. L&L WMC is the name. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the globe. There should be a nice glass globe that goes on there. But still, even without that, the base for $4.99, it's in great condition. I saw some of them selling between $40 and $65. So I figured I'd buy it, give it a shot. I also noticed people were using keywords like Gone with the Wind. So this must have been in the movie. I don't know. Some of the more rare ones with this name can go for hundreds of dollars. Especially with the shades, you'd probably be looking at least $125, $150 for this. There it is, everybody. That's the video for today. I really want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video and you want to keep seeing videos like it, let YouTube know. Hit the like button. It really helps the video. Subscribe if you've watched one or more of these videos and you enjoy them. I'd very much appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.